Hello, everyone. Furious funkers of all kinds. Welcome back to another Following Funky podcast. Today, on this week's episode, well, when you receive this, it'll be October. So the spooktacular season is upon us. And you know what that means? Scary stuff. God, I love Halloween, man. I gotta say, there's so much I always find it such a fun time. It's a real vibe, if you will. Like the colors are changing, it's the sweater weather. There's a sense of exploration that wells up inside me every time. Like, so for example, I think what caused it was so when I first watched the first season of Stranger Things ever, it was during the season of October. And it definitely, the idea of kids, I mean, yeah, they were kids then, going and exploring and solving a mystery was really cool. And I'm not solving a mystery, but the idea that they're just wandering around doing their own thing and having fun with it. I don't know. I love that. I love that about it. And it's kind of made me love the season a lot more. Now, I don't think no, it is officially fall. As of right now, you will not be able to see anything, but the colors of the leaves are changing. It is that time of year now. It's gotten colder as well. I've had to resort to wearing a sweater now. But we've had some warm days, so it isn't that bad yet. But it will get colder. Of course it will. It always does, you know? What else happened? So for my weekly roundup, so as usual, the week was just busy, a lot of school, except for the one thing, unfortunate thing was I pulled my back. Yeah, if you're wondering why, it's basically because I was moving around a bit and like just one little, it was building up. It was like staying at a moderate level for the longest time, starting on Monday, I think. And then Monday through Thursday, it was okay. And then Friday, I just did one move in one of the classes and boom, pulled it. Absolutely hurt like a son of a gun and had to sit out. I actually went to a physiotherapist to see what's wrong. They did some stuff, electrotherapy, the whole jazz. So that happened. And then the next day, I had another class. It was still hurting, which is Saturday. Sorry. So Saturday comes around. We have to wake up early to go to a class. My back still hurts, which sucks. Then after that class, there was a party later that day during the evening. But I was actually planning on not going on the account that I was invited to go to see a movie, which was Dune. Now, unfortunately, I was circumstances led to me not able to watching it for the reason that so it's not apparently this is policy in Germany. When you are under the age, a minor under 18, you are by law you need to have a waiver or a form signed by your guardian or parent saying that you can stay up later than 12 o'clock. This applies for any recreational things such as theater, like movie theaters, bowling, like activities that require that you go to an actual building and like it's recreational stuff. So we went to the movie theater. We were like 18, adult kid. One of the guys in our group was a kid. Now, unfortunately, we didn't have a problem with it, but apparently they do, and they follow the law because that is law. And yeah, we were turned away. So unfortunately, we weren't able to see Dune, but I don't know. I've been seeing more. Because they invited me and I wasn't able to see it. I saw some trailers. I was really interested, especially because Zendaya is in it, and I'm a huge fan of her. It's like a movie crush, if you will. Anyway, moving on. So that happened. We ate dinner then, and then just hung out for a bit. And then two people in our group wanted to go and rest, so that was fine. So me and the kid who we're buddies with decided, you know what, screw it. That party that was invited, let's go there. So we did. We went. We had to We had to go to the north side of the city because that's where it was. It was actually on the riverbank across from the south side, which is where I'm currently staying. Uh, Now at the time that I was going to the movie, it was about 8 o'clock, so it wasn't cold. It wasn't cold. It was actually relatively nice, so I was wearing shirt and shorts. It's fine. But it's interesting how much the temperature drops after 10 o'clock. Like at the point, by the time I got there, it was 12 o'clock, and then I was hanging around there for 2 hours, and it was freezing. It was so cold. I was amazed that I actually held my own during that whole time. It was nuts. So around 1:45, I was like, okay, I need to head back. It's cold. I'm tired, and I want to sleep because I haven't been getting much. I had to be getting up early a lot lately, and I'm not used to that. The funker is not good in the mornings. So yeah. So I checked the thing, and I realized there is no transit past a certain time, or the transit is like, it's so infrequent that you could be waiting literal hours for the next train. So my friend suggested, okay, here's an idea. Download Lime, which is a motorized it's an electric scooter company that supplies public, so anyone who has, those like public stands. So in Toronto, we have these public bikes that is free for use. You have to pay a certain amount to get them, to use them for a certain amount of time and whatnot, and then put them in stations. In Germany, this is very interesting. They leave them out. So they have a certain battery percentage. And basically with the app, you can scan it, which unlocks it, which costs a fee. And then you drive it however long you want to. And then when you end it, that's when it pays you. And then it has a certain battery life. So this company supplies the whole city with electronic scooters. And so they leave them in certain areas, and then people take them and use them. But there's no station. See, the really cool thing is that they just leave them around. And so the map supplies you with this detail. So if you need one nearby, you just follow you just follow the directions, and it'll take you to the most available usable one. So that's actually what happened. I got the app, I put my credit card and all that in. I put it on. I found one. I got on. I had no idea how to use it at first because it was 1:45 in the morning. So I was tired. I wasn't really comprehending. I wasn't thinking like mechanical smart at all. And then not only that, it was freezing. So I was like, oh God, it's cold. Like I wasn't thinking straight. So I was really, and so I go and I decide, I don't decide. I get on, I eventually figure it out. It's this, so on the right side of the handle, there's this little button that you just got to press, and it, boom, there you go. There's a brake on the left, and then there's an emergency brake at the back, where most scooters have like a little thing you put your foot down, slam on it. Yeah. So they have that, which is cool. So I eventually got used to it, but the first time using it sucked because not only was it, so it was already cold, but going through the cold air on a scooter was even colder. And surprisingly, I didn't fall off or crash or anything because I was shaking so much because of how cold it was. It was crazy, but it was also fucking awesome. It got me really into using those suckers. Really did. So yeah, I arrive 2 a.m. I crash in bed, fall asleep, I wake up, and then I have to do a bunch of stuff in the apartment, clean it up, That's kind of what I've decided. It's routine at this point. Having to wake up and clean my apartment. But yeah, so that Sunday wasn't much. And then Monday comes around and I find out, because today is Tuesday. So Monday I come around. Oh, no. Oh, that was another important thing. Oh, no, no, no. I'm so sorry. I just realized. No, no, no. Sunday, actually, there was a lot more. I decided to get, I was doing some stuff. I finish up. I put the laundry and I decide, hey, why not? Let's go and explore with our newly accessible scooters. So I take one and I zoom around town, which I got to say makes touring in Dresden a lot easier. So if anyone stops by Dresden, highly recommend using them. Very efficient, very easy to use. Just got to be a little bit careful. Unless you are like very skilled at it, still be very careful because those suckers can zoom. 20 kilometers an hour is fast. But yeah, they're fun to use. Just again, be careful. So I decided to zoom around. I found a market that opens every Sunday, which is freaking cool. So at some point, I'm going to go there. I'm going to take some pictures, have some authentic food and beer. That'll be fun. And so yeah, I tour around, I come back. Not much else happens other than finding out that the elections. So Dresden is currently electing, or in the Saxon area of Germany, their elections happened on Sunday for minor parties. I think they're so in Canada there's provincial and then there's federal. In Germany, if I'm not mistaken, there's like minority and then federal. I don't know if it's called that, but like there's smaller parties that take up like areas of Germany, and then there's the federal election, which happens in 2 years. So the elections happened. Monday I come in, not much happens. Oh, my back still hurts, which freaking sucks, but you know what? That's life. I got more electrotherapy, which was nice, but all that happened. And then Tuesday, today, comes around. We had a class and the teacher was talking about the political issues and what was going on. So turns out the elections have still not been completed. They're still counting the votes. However, the two parties, there is a concern over one particular party that's going on called the AfD. They're basically the super conservatives of Germany. Their goals are to bring it back to its former glory. Now, if anyone here is a enthusiast over the 20th century history, you might get some vibes. And if you do, yes, you are correct. It is very much what your instincts are telling you. So there's a concern over the surprising rise of votes that party got. Then the next one was the Green Party. Another significant thing that happened was to the Green Party, which, as most of you guess, very environmental. They're trying to regulate the law. They're trying to enforce laws that will help reduce the amount of carbon emissions, pollution, whatnot. Trying to save the planet, that kind of deal. They ended up not getting as many votes as they used to, which finds a lot of Germans concerned. Now, as of right now, they have not finished the votes. If I can remember for next week, I'll let you know what has happened and give you more detail. Or if you don't, if you want, just leave it in the comments that you want to hear more about this. But if you don't, so be it. Just, please feel free. Just let me know, please. Because I would love to, I would love to get some research going and actually diving into it. That was basically our wrap up. Now I understand that we still have a few minutes left, but I might as well try and just talk. What else has happened? What else has happened in the life of Funky? Not really much. I'm getting used to the dynamic of the class, and I'm really enjoying it. I still am. I have recently gotten a SIM card, which is nice. So now I can now use data in Germany without, spending $14 a day on Rogers, when I could just be spending, what was it? For 4 weeks, I spent $10, 10 euros. You could do the exchange on your own. So that was actually convenient. It's nice. It's useful. How I was able to get the Lime scooter. I'm actually trying to think. There's something else that was significant. Actually, okay. So I understand that maybe not all of you are weebs or weeaboos or anyone who's enthusiastic in anime and manga, but I want to let you know that recently, so the author of this famous manga called Berserk. Sorry, I'm looking up the name. Go. So a few months ago, the author of Berserk, a very famous manga, if you want to look it up, do so yourself. The author Kentaro Miura, my bad, recently died from heart problems. He had some heart complications, which is very sad. And the series itself has been ongoing until he died, and recently, well, for a long time, so he died on the 14th, and it was very sad. It was a very heartbreaking because I was actually recently reading the series before he died, and I was really into it. I was caught up at the time. So hearing him die made me question a lot of things, including, is the story going to continue on? What is the company going to do about it? Did he perhaps tell someone how it was supposed to go and how the rest of the story will end? Yesterday, all those questions were answered as the final chapter was released to the public. Now, I read it. I recommend anyone who is into manga and or anime to read it. Of course, it's one of those stories that it's pretty fucking dark. I won't sugarcoat that shit. It is dark as hell, but it is one of the best manga I've read. I know that sounds like a very basic bitch thing to say, but it's the best. It's probably one of the best manga I've read. But so reading this final chapter definitely was heartbreaking. Not only that, some Instagram posts of like some, the classic like montage of the final pictures, and then some dramatic music didn't really help the emotion. It made the emotion a lot more deeper, but I'm rereading it just so I want to get a full boom finisher of it, and it's officially over. The company can't do anything about it because I guess he didn't really let anyone know. But that's some anime/weeb news. If you guys if you guys want any more of that kind of stuff, feel free to let me know in the comments as well. Hey, come on, let's be active in the chat. I would love to hear some. I would love you guys to give me some topics if you guys want to learn more about Germany or that idea. What else happened? Oh yeah, so I'm also gonna try. So there were some. So before I arrived or before I left for Germany, there were some initial goals I had in mind. To get into a company. That was the initial plan, and I'm still working on that. The second was to at least learn enough German because I made a promise to a woman who runs a waffle stand at our local farmer's market. And she was German. Her family is German, so like very German. And I was talking to her about it, and she's like, "Oh, that's great. That's cool, And so I made the promise to her that I was going to learn enough German so I would be able to say, can I please have a gluten-free waffle in German? As of right now, I have not done any effort to learn the language. I know, shame on me. I'm in Germany, for Pete's sake, and I haven't even made any goddamn effort. Oh, shit. I hacked it. Whoops. But aside from that, I do plan on trying to learn more German. I know ich bin funky, meaning I am funky. So hopefully hopefully I can learn a little more than that. I need to also learn how to say like my preferences, my food preferences, and like how to say, hey, do you speak English and whatnot. So there's a lot of things I need to get on about, but yeah. And I guess on the final note, I gotta say, it has been, I don't know how long it's been. I think if I were to count it right now, it has been 5 weeks. Now, personally, it hasn't felt that long. Or more like I haven't been so consciously aware of it that time just kept slipping through, which is amazing, crazy, and just bizarre in its own sense, because it's funny how time just really messes with you. You could go on for what you could be living in the present during one day, like a school day or work day, and it feels like an eternity. It feels like it's been a week. But then, the next few days go by and you're like, wait, what? It's Friday, but it felt like Monday yesterday, I've been going through a lot of that recently, and I've kind of hated it, really, because I've been having such a good time here, and it's making me, I'm not insecure or self-conscious about it or worried. I'm realizing that it's making me aware that I feel like I should be more proactive with my time and life in Germany. Now, I understand that, it's not the end of the world if I don't, but, I'm in Germany, for Pete's sake. I'm in Dresden. I gotta live life a little, And I've been just kind of living life in school, and having fun there, but, it's weird. It's weird. I had a very, it's funny how things really turn out than how you imagined it being. I was thinking I would be vibing in my room, vibing in bars. I'd be going out, having fun, enjoying my time with people, but it's not like it's my life, it's boring or any of that sort. It's turned into a normal school year, Everyone's very focused with their school. We're having a blast with each other, don't get us wrong, but the amount of stuff happening outside of school is very lacking. And respectfully so. There isn't, when you work a full 5 days between 8 to 5, and your only breaks are during the weekends, and even then you have a class during Saturday for 3 hours, you definitely don't feel that motivated to go and be that proactive or have some fun outside, because you just need to rest and recuperate for the next week. And I get that you gotta live life, and maybe you have to sacrifice a little sleep, or you gotta just have to push through the tiredness and enjoy your time. But gotta say, it still kind of sucks that I feel like I haven't wasted it. It's not like I have wasted it, but it's definitely something that's brought to my attention probably over the last few days. So anyway, I really have nothing else to say, which kind of sucks, but I'll think of some other stuff for next week. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Feel free to let me know about any topics, or if you want me to continue on with other things, Weeb news, the current politics of Germany, or some lifestyles in Germany that I've noticed and observed. Feel free to let me know in those comments, and like and subscribe if you already haven't. And if you want to share with other people, please do so. If they enjoy this kind of stuff, share it. Hopefully they'll like it as much as you do. And yeah. I will see you guys in the next video next week on Tuesday. But until then, it has been an honor. Seriously funky. Signing out. I'm just thinking the scene while he thinking on me. On the way back to Queens, move back leather seats. Munchies, let's grab some meats. On the run like two thieves. Time to kill a night young. Love just moving, I leave. As if I was cast to play your misses in the story like a period plays the end of